Howdy folks, this is Checkers, and this is Star Citizen. Someone asked the other day what the differences were between Star Citizen and Starfield, and there are differences. I equated it, Starfield is somewhere in the middle between Star Citizen and something like X4. X4 is more strategic level. Star Citizen is more focused in the moment, more immersive, and Starfield is somewhere in between. This is the Drake Cutter. It is, well, kind of a starter ship here in Star Citizen, and I've taken a mission to go deliver a package, which I'm sure you've seen me do before if you've watched any of my Star Citizen videos in the past. But things change over time. The first thing you notice about ships in Star Citizen is that they are almost tangible. They feel grounded in this fictional reality. They feel like something you can touch, and they creak, and you press buttons, and things happen. This is the sort of little cargo area. This is the little habitation area, a little bunk. Have a little section here where we could, well, actually, and need to change clothes. So we're going to switch this to local. And here, why don't we, well, we'll just leave the clothes local too. So I wear clothes in Star Citizen because when you run around in undersuits and armor, you tend to get hungry and thirsty faster. But once I get in the ship, I don my clothes because you really don't want to be running around on many planets' surfaces without the protection of an undersuit and armor, and certainly couldn't do an EVA, extravehicular activity. I don't know what the A stands for. But yeah, so let's see. We can also pick up some weapons. I have a pistol I can equip and submachine gun. I think I have some ammo. This is going to be a little easier to do not doing it with the locker. So let's see, we've got some, actually, is that the right pistol? No, it's not. I think I was, I unfortunately may have fallen to my doom with the pistol that these rounds go to. Anyway, it happens. Sustenance, we've got some here. Put some in my backpack, put some in my core, that's my chest plate, and a little bit of food in each place also. And then for utility, we'll come in and we will take our multi-tool and a tractor beam attachment and a med pen. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. So now we can go up to the cockpit of the ship and enter our pilot seat. Okay, and now we could fish around and find all the switches that do all the things, but fortunately it's a PC game, so I can just push the keyboard key that turns everything on. Now we want to get permission to take off, so we'll come over here to the comms channel for New Babbage International Spaceport.
You are clear to launch.
Okay. And we can lift off a little bit. We can take a look outside, which I like to do. And then we'll lift up our landing gear. And we'll kind of bring down our speed limiter and just kind of nudge out here gently. And then pick up speed once we've exited the structure. Come on. Trying to get the limiter to be under afterburner, but at maximum. Okay.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Alrighty. Slap on to cruise control. and head up to about, I like to go out around 80, 85 degrees. And we actually take off from the planet. You can see it. Well, I can almost remember how to do this. There we go. Leaving the starport behind. Okay. And back inside. So I will cut through some of the more egregious waiting periods, but that's something to note as a difference between Star Citizen and Starfield is there are periods where you're just flying. But the thing is, I enjoy that part of it. I love it personally. Well, before we do that, there's something else I'd like to mention. You can't really look up even Star Citizen's own videos without coming across someone on YouTube, or if God help you, you look in the comments or Reddit or what have you, someone will complain and tell you that Star Citizen is a scam. Star Citizen has pulled in about $614 million in crowdfunding so far. It is a game I have played pretty religiously since about, I don't know, 2018 or so. 2016, I know I was messing around in the hangars a lot, but that's all there really was, and Arena Commander kind of, well, the prototype to that, I guess. But there is quite a bit to do, and people get upset because the game should have been out in I don't know what it was, 14, 13, 15, something. But when someone gives you a few $100 million in crowdfunding to make a game, I think I'd rather have them reach for the stars than print out a game that some other company can and has already done. Because, well, the X series existed. Starfield was in the works, and we've known about that for a while. There's the Elite series, Elite Dangerous. Elite and Starfield Star Citizen took two different pathways. Elite said they had a game, and then they would try and add on to it. Star Citizen said, we are working on a game, and we'll let you know when it's done, after they started to get a whole lot of money. And again, I think I prefer the second way. They are pretty open. We get to see pretty much everything they do. And as of this past weekend, which was the 20th, 21st, 22nd, something like that, there was Star Citizen's convention, what they call Citizen Con of 2953. So 2953 is the year. The year changes in Star Citizen just like it does for us. The convention had many interesting bits of information about technology, how it has advanced and where it will be going. But what it also had was information about Squadron 42, which is the single-player sort of campaign that exists alongside, or a single-player game that exists alongside Star Citizen. Let me set up our navigation here. So we go into the map, and, oh wait, I need to actually check for sure. Check for sure what we're doing. We are trying to pick up a box for someone and deliver it somewhere else. So we are going to Nixut. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that, but sure. To collect a package. I don't really know where that is. It says it's on Microtech, so that is this planet. Let's see if we can find it. So we zoom into the map. Wait. No. Oh, there, I see it. Okay, so, oops. There we go. And set route. And F2 to close the map again. I've gone way, way, way further than I needed to go to do this. And then we line up with where we're going and press B to spool up our quantum drive. and it is calibrating to the destination and spooling up power to make the jump. Calibration is complete, still waiting on the spooling, and then once that's complete, we press B and hold. And we make our jump. So the big news about Squadron 42 is that Squadron 42 is now feature complete, and they are only working on bug polishing before release. That is a big deal. If you're an older gamer, you might know Wing Commander or Freelancer or Privateer, which was in the Wing Commander series, kinda off to the side a little bit. Same universe. All made by the same guy. I think I didn't mention anything out of the Chris Roberts purview, but yeah, he's the fellow who's making the game. I actually know people who know him more from his filmmaking, but that's beside the point. Okay, we can turn off our quantum drive so we can see a little more clearly, and we'll just meander on down to get our box. But I've always found the way Wing Commander was presented to be fascinating. You could tell that it wanted to be Star Wars, but couldn't for licensing reasons. But it also wanted to put you into the experience, to make you a part of it, to make you feel a part of it. Now, although I don't have it on at the moment, I actually do have an eye tracker, but I forgot to actually activate it in Windows. So you can actually like look around the cockpit with your eyes and stuff, which is really cool. Or, I can kind of do it with my mouse also a little bit. Look around for people who might be looking for me if I were in a dogfight. But it is a very personal experience. It's a very tangible almost experience. Whereas in most games, it's a game and you kind of know the borders and boundaries, and that most of the buttons and things don't do anything, and there's no real reason pushing them. Whereas in here, well, these things actually do stuff. We can deploy the landing gear. I don't actually remember what all the buttons in this one do. Spool our quantum drive. Engage aim assist. Interesting. Engage free gimbals. There's even little armor slats that come up the sides here. So, another kind of difference between even those older games, this game, and say Starfield and this game, is that there is no save game here. I mean, whatever state you're in at any given moment is saved should you leave, to some degree. Like if I were to just exit the game right now, my ship would probably crash. I'd have to claim and do an insurance claim on it. And there is a hostile. I don't know if they actually are or not. I guess we will find out. Quite possibly. I mean, probably won't be a thing I could do about it, but I think that's someone's bounty. Can't quite tell if they're coming after me, but oh my goodness. I am going to crash into the ground right now, right here in River City. Maybe I just managed to not do that. Okay, let's, this is not the kind of ship I would choose to dogfight someone in, but I guess we could always get lucky and he could slam into the ground. All right, well, let's, not entirely sure what I'm even shooting at. That was him, not me. Okay, we need to let our guns chill a little bit. Okay, I think that target is down. Huzzah! In our little cutter. I am impressed. Oh, I hadn't even realized I'd kicked off the cruise control. So we were just kind of hovering there shooting. Way to go, cutter turret. Okay, so, yeah, surprises. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I knew I was getting close to the ground. I'm really, really impressed that I didn't slam into it. putting the gear down, and gonna take a quick look outside the ship to see if I can position better for landing, because there are little like ground lights and stuff. I see more gunfire. I don't know that it's dealing with me, but it's very difficult to see. Let me kick my lights on a little bit. There they go, and we are down. Kick them lights back off, and I'm gonna leave it running in case we need to run. And we're gonna hop out the back here.
Landing complete.
So we're kind of going through each step, you know. I mean, but one thing you may have noticed is there aren't any loading screens really, aside from the one that loads you into the game in the first place. Okay, so up in the right-hand corner, there's a little satellite image. That means that if someone were to kill me, that would be judged as an illegal act, and, well, they would eventually have to pay for their crime in one way or another. I thought I hit cycle. I guess I didn't. But I can draw my weapon here. Don't really want to. There might actually be things to loot in here, like this little box. So we can see if there's anything fun in there. Wait for it to spool up. Some clothes, some drinks, always handy. Oh, there's like a horror mask. That's kind of cool. Ooh, a black multi-tool. Yeah, there's some fun stuff. A little bit of food. Ooh, a grilled steak nutrition bar. Throw that in there. Okay. Now, let's grab our box and open. So I always start with these missions, the carrying boxes, because they're kind of the most basic thing you can do. I thought I closed that. I could be wrong. We're going to place the box down. Actually, we're going to drop the box. And then we're going to draw a weapon. And then we're going to close that. And then we're going to clear our ship. Because it is not impossible that someone got into it. I don't think it's likely, but... And fortunately, there aren't that many places to hide in this one. So, we can put our weapon down. And head back out here. I'm just going to try and place this. Just so it doesn't rattle around. So the difference between drop and place is basically place. We should be able to pick where we want it to go. Like that. It doesn't look a whole lot different than drop though. Anyway. So let's see where we are going next. And enter our pilot seat. What I should have done, although I didn't even think that would happen. First off, let's kick our lights off. Again, I think I hit the button one too many times. We could go into our contract manager and under mercenary have accepted the call to arms, which would have given me a bonus for killing that criminal. Okay, anyway, let us take off. And landing gear up, and cruise control on, and same basic deal, we'll go to about 70 odd degrees. And one thing you'll notice on the right hand side of the HUD, there is a bar that's part red, part green, and beside that you'll see a number. It's 122, 123, 124. Our speed is increasing as we go up because we are exiting the atmosphere. And as we go up, there is less air pressure pushing down on us. So the higher we go, the faster we go until we get to the vacuum of space. So I'll get up to about 80 here. There we go. And we did take some damage. We'll need to get repaired on the way home, or when we get home. Now we need to figure out where we're going next. So we go back into our contract manager. And we are going to the Shubin mining facility, SMO maybe 18, which is also here on Microtech. It could have asked us to go to another planet, but it didn't. So, oh, It doesn't even look like it's all that far. Oops, I zoomed too far. There we go, set route. Okay. And we will still try and exit the atmosphere because unless it's super close. We can take a quick look and dip down. No, 700. Yeah. That would still take a while for us to fly through, so we'll leave the atmosphere and quantum over to it. Get close to 90 and the, well, you know, you're kind of up and down, change radically and quickly. Anyway, yeah, I am a firm believer in Star Citizen. I've played the original Wing Commander games that Chris Roberts made, and I loved the design choices he made then. And I'm going to actually cut my cruise control now and turn back to the planet. Spool up the quantum drive. And go. But, if Star Citizen were an actual scam, it would have been foolish to keep it going for this long. Once you got like $500 million, it's kind of time to take the money and run. I think this is a game the man wants to make because it's the game the man wants to play. And, you know, I think more than just the man making it want to play that game, which is why there's $614 million in crowdfunding. And yeah, okay, sure, they didn't meet their original release date or, you know, any known release date, but, and Star Citizen has been in the works for like 10, 11 years now, but so has Grand Theft Auto 6, Grand Theft Auto 5 released in 2013. Starfield took quite a while. You aren't going to see The Elder Scrolls 6 before like 2027, 2028 maybe? Games are taking longer to make. And the more you want to do in a game, the longer it takes to make the game. And these guys didn't start with an established studio. They kind of had to build it, and their technology, although they, well, started with the CryEngine, which they then heavily modified until it's now, well, sort of an off-branch. CryEngine got bought by Amazon to be called Lumberyard. This is sort of a version of Lumberyard, but it is also heavily modified, so it is known as Star Engine. All that being said, my personal opinion, my personal firm belief, Star Citizen is not a scam. It's not a ripoff. It's taking a long time because there was, okay, people call it feature creep. I call it someone actually wanted to do something cool with all the money they were given. There are some people who will not live to see Star Citizen being made. I almost cashed in twice this year. For realsies. Not a joke, not, you know, kind of close. No, I came within hours. Minutes, I don't know. It was real close. And that being said, I am still happy backing this game. I'm still happy believing in this game. I believe in this game. I believe it not only will be a great game, I believe it's going to force the rest of the industry that has pretty much sat on their laurels for over a decade. They are now going to have to look at something like this and go, oh my. Sort of in the way that Baldur's Gate 3 has made the industry sit up, notice, and go, oh, wow. Somebody can do all that without egregious monetization, without, you know, putting all of the cool content behind a dozen paywalls. Star Citizen is going to make people sit up and take notice in how you can present a story and a game and an experience. And if they need the money to do that, I understand it, because if they went through a normal publisher, all we'd get is Starfield or X4 or Elite Dangerous, and we already have those. So this is Star Citizen. I love it. I have loved it for years, and it's buggy. It's buggy and it does weird things occasionally, but tell me Starfield doesn't. You know? I do believe. I have faith. I am a believer, and not because someone talked me into it. I made that judgment all on my own. Landing gear coming down, and we'll sit down from the outside this time, just for differences. And okay, we'll go in for the last little bit.
Landing complete.
Okay, and then I'm gonna leave it on once more.
Launch complete.
Some people will tell you that their ship will blow away if you leave the engine on. I've never done that, and I've always left the engine on. I kind of don't know if that's a factor of luck after all of these years and all of these hours, or what. But, yeah. Okay, grabbing our box, opening the hatch, and what's great about these little ships is you can just walk right up to the door. Okay, I'm going to make sure I close this. There we go. And open the airlock. Oops. I bumped into it, I think. Cycle the airlock. And dropping off. All right. And now up at the top there is the quest, or the mission we're on. The UDM local delivery evaluation contract complete. And we earned ourselves 3,000 credits and the, well, chance to do more missions for them. Looks like somebody's already looted this. I don't know if there's anything in it, but we can take a look. Looks kind of empty. Let's take a look at that. Is it a mask or an actual helmet? It is a helmet. So let's take our helmet off, set it in the backpack, and we'll put that one on. That's a look. Oh, right. I forget. There we are. Okay. And so this is like a commodities terminal. You could come in here and purchase whatever they might have for sale in this location. We don't have much space in our cutter, but we could buy agricultural supplies, aluminum, a little bit of gold, and some waste. And we could also sell things here. But yeah, I might do more videos on Star Citizen just to take a look at some of the other professions if I can. But I wanted to share that for those who are really curious about what the difference is. Guess we're about to see how our mask does outside. There we go. There's somebody's Nomad floating over the landing pad there. That's kind of an advanced starter ship. Neat little boat. And it looks like the sun is coming up. And close. So one other thing is these ships actually have physical components. Or, well, I mean, they will. Some of them are, I think some of them might be interchangeable now, and some of them are not. But, so there's our shield, there's our battery, power plant, cooler, jump drive, gravity generation is open, radar relay. Yeah. It is, to be honest, you need patience and you need a buff PC if you want to play. But if you are into flying spaceships, this is, in my opinion, the holy grail. Alrighty, folks, this has been Checkers with a look at Star Citizen. And I would like to thank you for joining me and my little cutter and the random bounty we cut down. Really impressed with the little boat. I would like to say thank you for watching. I hope you found the video entertaining and maybe even just a little informative. I would like to ask you also, if you'd like to see more, let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. I'd like to invite you to think of something you are truly grateful for. Something that brings a smile to your face and a true warmth to your heart. Maybe it is your favorite book or song or movie. Maybe it is your best friend or the love of your life. Maybe it is your favorite starship or your favorite game. Whatever it may be, hold on to it. Hold on to them in this moment. Hang on to them. Bring them to mind and let them brighten your day. Most of all, though, I would like to ask you to please take care.